This is a re-upload with an edit due to a new statement from the devs correcting a major issue I had with the game. I apologise to those misled by my first upload and hope that they will find out that you can save multiplayer progress. Review code provided by the Behemoth for ladiesgamers.com, where you can soon find my written review. Castle Crashers Remastered is an enhanced port of the original, which was released in 2008. After picking your knight of choice from a starting loadout of 6, your home castle is attacked by barbarians, you chase after them and find a wizard has stolen some giant crystal and your king commands you to charge forward. From then on, you beat the barbarians and go across the land to find the wizard. The gameplay is that of a beat-em-up RPG. You have a light and heavy attack as well as a jump. When you level up, you gain new combos and stat points. You defeat enemies to go to the next screen and gain money and experience for doing so. Sometimes food will spawn that you can use to heal. After finishing an area, you can put those stat points into strength, agility, magic and defense. After a few points in magic, you will gain a new spell. There are also various techniques you can apply with your moves, such as juggling, something I came across on my own accidentally. All the characters have a different default weapon, specialties and magic abilities. Their level progress and stats are only saved to themselves. There is a world map you will go through if you exit a level or finish an area. Levels that are in the same area feed into each other, so if you keep playing until you beat it or die, you won't exit back to the map after each level. From the map you can visit shops, the arena, or play past levels. You can gain new weapons as pickups, but also visit the blacksmith to change your default weapon. Items in-game can be bought or acquired, such as the arrow, which is infinite, or potions and bombs, which are not. Another thing you can find are animal orbs. These are little floating animals that do many different things, such as the owlet fetching fruit from trees, or one of my favourites, Rami, who will sometimes attack. Enemies will occasionally arrive on mounts which you can jump on and even attack with. However, they cannot be kept, and if you progress to another level, you will lose them. Throughout the game, you will unlock new arenas. When playing in single player, you will take on waves of enemies. Winning these will net you new playable characters. If playing in multiplayer, you will fight each other. You can also pick this option out of the main game. Back Off Barbarian is a new minigame for the Remastered edition. The 4 buttons are assigned different colours. On the map you'll see the colours pointing in different directions around and you press them to move about. The aim being to avoid getting squashed by the barbarian, or at least lasting longer than your opponent. Personally, we didn't really enjoy this. Perhaps if instead of colours and arrows it was the button prompts, we might have. Others may very well like this. The game has a really nice presentation. It's all in a drawn kind of cartoony style, so it was a bit funny to see heads rolling around. There's a lot of detail in this game, such as one knight giving another CPR or a thief doing his laundry. I find the soundtrack to also be really fun. There's a few different styles, but I liked the more electronica-ish ones. One issue I have with the presentation is that whenever you get a new weapon, animal orb, or combo, a note will appear on the bottom half of the screen, blocking your vision. The other being the foreground can cover enemies such as slimes, so you might get attacked and can't see what's hitting you. The game is on a default difficulty and you unlock a harder one after completing the game. I found the default to be pretty fair and not terribly difficult for the first half, with the exception of all the archers. Definitely make sure to keep your shield up when getting back up. I really liked how even from the start of the game, enemies backroll to get behind you when they've been knocked down. While one playthrough may only take around 8 hours, there are many unlockables and such to keep you interested in playing more. You can play with up to 3 additional players locally and online in all modes. One benefit of this is being able to resuscitate each other, although I would make sure to do it after clearing the screen, because if you get hit while doing it, you lose your shot. I also can't comment on the online quality, as I got the game pre-release and any online play for me isn't that good when dealing people with outside my region anyhow. There are also leaderboards for the 3 modes of the game. Before I lost my progress, I was 3rd out of 8 people. I have since received a new statement, as well as commenters on the previous upload pointed out that you can in fact save more than one player's progress. As long as you have multiple Switch profiles, you can log into the other person by pressing X on a Pro controller and Y on a Joy-Con controller during the character select screen. This ensures that their character and story progress will save. Hopefully we get an update just to show that in the character select. I personally experienced a few technical issues of varying trouble, the first of which was losing my save data, as I played about a quarter of the game with someone. Then we went back in and swapped controllers around, after which even my character, Pink Knight's, save data was gone and all the game progress. I've yet to hear back on as to whether they found the issue or are fixing it, but I will make sure to pin a comment if I hear any news. As such, the only ways I can recommend to avoid what might cause this is to not change controllers in console settings while the game is open. Some lesser issues I had that were not nearly as annoying as losing the entire game progress include being softlocked. As you must beat all enemies on screen before you can move, there are invisible walls to stop you. Except after one battle and all enemies were definitely defeated, the wall didn't lift. As such, I had to exit and restart the level. I was also nearly softlocked as an enemy fell off a ledge and I couldn't go back down it. Luckily, I was able to bait him to the ledge where I could hit him. Sometimes enemies visually skits out a bit whenever shielding, but otherwise worked fine. I also had some issues with the autosave function as it saved whenever you went back into the map, and sometimes I would go to a store to make sure it's saved, but occasionally I would still lose up to 2 whole levels of progress. The issues with the Switch version may be addressed in future, but not for now. Now that I know co-op progress can be saved, I can wholeheartedly recommend the game, just keeping in mind that there are still currently some lesser technical issues. The game has great presentation, nice visual humour, and fun gameplay even on your own. Since it's a digital only game, I never had it back on the original release, but wish I did. It's a great game with only a couple of small issues. I give Castle Crashers Remastered a 7 out of 10. Be sure to check out ladiesgamers.com for news and reviews. Some might think that jumping 2 whole points because the co-op does work is a bit much, but the 5 was largely out of not being able to recommend the Switch port when I was under the impression that a multiplayer-focused game's multiplayer aspect wasn't properly functional. Cheese, please!